Hello and welcome everyone to 120 Days of Movie Podcast. This is one of your co-hosts, Truck. We're on episode
Co-worker.
70. Yeah, Coroner. I mean, one of your coroners, Truck. We're on episode 72. We're talking about Monster this week. These are my lovely co-hosts, Daniel and Brendan.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mhm. And yeah,
Hello.
we watched a movie called Monster, which came out in 2023 by Hirokazu Kore
Uh, Koreeda, I think is
Koreeda. Okay, yes. Thank you, Daniel.
yeah.
My pronunciation is pretty horrible.
I'm sure
Yeah,
mine
this
is too.
Mhm.
this was directed and edited by him, which is kind of cool, and co-produced. So I guess he put some money into this, which is nice. Yeah, this movie
Okay.
was recommended by Brendan. Brendan, do you want to give a summary? Or you want me to try to give the summary?
Um, yeah, you could give it. It's kind of hard to
Yeah,
summarize.
thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. All right. So yeah, the movie is kind of set up in like it's kinda set up in, like, 3 acts in an interesting way, like, you kinda
Mhm.
see the same story from 3 different perspectives.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You see it from the mother's perspective, the teacher's perspective, and child's perspective. Kinda the main point of the story is there's a mother and a child, and the boy is, oh my god, this is gonna be hard. His name is Minato, and he is kinda going through a lot in school from what it seems. It's very kind of vague. We're kinda see in the beginning, we see it from the mother's perspective, and he kind of goes to her and talks about stuff like, "Oh, um, something about pig brains." What does he say about pig brains?
But you're
Do
talking about
does
the
it
very
does
Uh,
beginning of the movie?
Yeah, yeah, but it's brought up later too, the fact that, like, "Oh, d does do I have pig brains?"
No, he
yeah.
says, can you if someone surgically if a human was surgically given a pig brain, would that person still be human? And the mom
Oh,
says, no, that wouldn't be a human.
mhm. That is exactly what happens.
Yeah.
By the way, spoilers. We're gonna get into spoilers. Yes. So basically, there's things going on with him in school, and he is there's some friction going on with him and a teacher. It seems as though a teacher like is bullying him slash hit him, and the teacher. I mean the oh my goodness, this is really hard to explain. The mother
Yeah.
goes to the school and tries to get like answers out of the staff, and they're being very like weird and really like non they're just being very apologetic but not really trying to solve the issue. F- Finally it seems as though the teacher gets fired, and then the child Minato runs off with another kid. uh oh god, how do I keep going about this? um they all run off, and they're like trapped in a school bus kind of, and there's
Oh,
like there's a big like there's a big flood that's going on, or like landslide, and you don't know what's really going on. It's a really complicated movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like it'd be one thing to tell it the way the story tells it, and another thing to tell the events chronologically, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
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 It's
Yeah.
really hard because yeah,
Maybe I
there's like
can give it a shot. You
sure, and yeah,
Yeah.
there's also like a fire in the beginning of the movie that
That's
is
true. Which
that's
never
like
is totally answered, really.
we have an
Oh, I think.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't we have an doesn't isn't it the
Well,
other
it
child?
it seems
Yeah,
like,
because his
yeah,
dad
it
was there.
right, but he never totally admits it. I think you guys are right, but it's just in a movie in which, like, every assumption I made was challenged, I,
Mhm.
was, like, waiting for a more concrete answer, and we don't exactly get it. But that's kind of an aside, but you're right. It opens with a fire. Really, the story is it's 2 boys, uh, Minato or Minato? I don't know how to pronounce it. Do you have a
I would say
thought?
Minato.
Okay, Minato.
Yeah.
Minato and Yori become friends. Yori is bullied pretty viciously at school, but uh, Minato. Sorry, say his name again. Minato.
Minato.
Okay, Minato is sort of secretly friends with him, but doesn't want anyone else to know because he doesn't want to be bullied as well. Um, in the midst of all this, the teacher mistakenly thinks that it's Minato that's been bullying Yori because they're kind of always secretly hanging out together. he wrongly thinks that it's actually Minato that's doing the bullying, as opposed to basically every other kid that just sort of scatters as soon as an adult comes in the room. Um, and in the
Mhm.
midst of all this, the mother is also noticing that Minato is like exhibiting some like pretty. He's clearly very upset and is exhibiting some pretty disturbing behavior, like running away from home and jumping out of a moving car.
Mhm.
What neither of the adults realize is not only is that these two boys are secretly friends, but they're also kind of discovering more like romantic feelings for each other. One of the boys is the reason he's bullied is that he's like, you know, maybe a bit flamboyant. He's not like one of the boys in the same way. These are little kids, by the way. And the
Yeah.
other is kind of is just sort of discovering that he might have feelings for it, but he doesn't know if that makes him normal. He doesn't know if it's bad. He doesn't know if he's going to be bullied or if it's wrong. Kind of the really classic like coming of age, discovering your sexuality stuff. Um, but then, like Chuck, you already mentioned, the very end of the movie, um, there's a mudslide that almost kills them, but they survive because they're in their little hideout together. Anyway, that's just I guess kind of the main. Would you guys agree that's kind of the
Yeah.
main
Yeah, but there
thread?
is
Yeah.
something we
Yeah,
could talk about because the ending is a little interesting about that, like concerning if it is real or not.
yeah, little
Or if they died.
ambiguous. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
because I had to I looked this up afterwards too because I was interested, but there's a part of the movie where they have to go through like a fence to get to the where they hang out that bus, right?
yeah, they go through like a tunnel, don't they?
Yeah, but then there's also like a fence that's
Oh
always
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
closed.
yeah,
where they
when they're
put the
like, "This
sign
is
up.
the end of the road," or like
Mhm, mhm.
yeah.
And then the fence is always closed as we've seen in the movie, but when they after that happens, they go through that field and the fence is open. So it's like,
Mm,
during the movie they talk a lot about like reincarnation and like being born again, and you can kind of maybe think that maybe they're born into like a world where like they're more accepted because they seem like right after that happens they're playing again, which I
yeah.
don't know. But yeah, really sad. Really sad
Yes.
premise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good coming of age though. I enjoyed that aspect a lot. I also it was interesting because I was ready not to like this movie so
Mm,
much just because I didn't like the first act. I was very
mm.
confused of where the movie was going, but then as it
Mhm.
went along, I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. I like how we're seeing these different perspectives.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's honestly like really not until Act 3 that you really know what the movie's about.
Hmm.
Because like as we all mentioned, like you don't you don't have the full story, and like it's very, very rigidly separated by perspective. Like there's things that um just visually as an image that comes to mind is an early scene where it's the mom and Minato are celebrating like his late father and her late husband's birthday. So
Hmm.
they're like they have a cake for him, but whatever. It's like in front of a little like memorial. And she says, "Okay, well, tell your father how you're doing." And he says, "Well, I'm not going to do it with you here." And she says, "Okay." And she walks away, and like r- right as she turns the corner, where she can't see him anymore, the scene cuts. Like it's as soon as she doesn't wouldn't be able to hear him or see him, neither can we. There's like a lot of these things where it's like it's anyway. So there's like all this
Yeah.
information that's like very notably left out to us. That turns out to not be like it's not that that's a hugely, hugely key scene, but it is something that comes up later when from his perspective, where for the first time we know what it is, he was saying.
And
So
I would say I agree with Chuck in that like the first act definitely threw me off just because especially with the saying that Minato said of like the question with the pig's brain
mm,
just because when she went to the school and like confronted the staff there, their response was like to me truly like anti-human. So I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, this is going to be like a sci-fi like oh, what if these people actually do have pig brains?
Mhm.
There's like aliens or something. I don't know,
Mhm.
but because I don't like I guess that's something I didn't like just the interactions because she called them out on it and I'm like, "Yeah, this is actually like very weird." Like all of
Yeah.
the reactions, including the teacher, especially after we get his perspective, then it's like, I don't know, like the scenes with him in the first act, I feel like didn't really match who he was
Yeah.
yeah, like, it's really hard to describe, like, how I saw them in the first act and then how they were for the rest of the movie where they were, like, completely normal. So I
Mhm.
don't so that definitely threw me off. That was just something that I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, I I did like the first act, but I also didn't really know what was going on. Like, I was intrigued because I didn't really know anything about this movie going in, and I was like, "I don't know where this is going," and, like, that scene is, like, a good example. I was like, "Oh, is this movie about, like is this a statement on" I don't know anything about Japanese culture, but is this like a kind of a statement on, like, this kind of uber cordial, kind of, like, apologetic, like, very, sort of cold seeming interactions that people have, and, like, how that's and the mother it's gonna be a story of the mother kind of, like, being upset by that or trying to break through that, but it being impossible. A little bit made me think, like, a little bit of, like, when we watched Good Morning, um, you know,
Mhm.
episodes and episodes ago. Um, yeah, it did cross my mind where it's like, it's called Monster. Is this the story of like a child psychopath? Like where is this going? And it is like, yeah, it's like a long road, assuming you don't know what's coming, like a long road to kind of discovering really what's going on, and like what you should exactly what it is you're focusing and especially like the context for the things you think you understand.
Yeah. I will say that, like, after the movie was done, like, after act 3, it was cool remembering, like, the first 2 or, like, I guess the first act and just, like, how everything played out, like,
Mm,
connecting those, like, moments of, like, "Oh, that's what that was."
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, it felt like it was very satisfying seeing like the connections, or like seeing
Yeah,
or like seeing more of the scene. You're like, oh, that's where they left off, or like, whoa, that's how it led here.
mhm,
yeah.
Yeah,
It was
it
like
was a really interesting. It was a really interesting way that they brought it together.
mhm. 'Cause, like, for me also, it's like after realizing that, I was like, "Wow," like, a lot of things changed truly just from perspective
mhm.
in terms of, like, even in just real life, just, like, what someone says, it's like you take that as face value of what they're saying just because that was, like, from their perspective, that is what happened, but you just, like, don't know the full story of it.
Hmm. That is a good way to think about it. That's maybe like one of the lessons in the film too. Like you can't really take
Mm,
everything at face value.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I like how this film relates to after what's it called, Afterlife?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I his other film, because I feel like they're kind of in a weird way similar. Like he likes to like tackle like dying or
Mm,
reincarnation, or and he does it in a way where it's not like super, I don't know if the word's spiritual, but like he kind of does it in like kind of a fantastical way.
mm.
Like he's like, "Oh yeah, when you die, you make a movie, and this is going to be how you
Yeah.
this is what you're gonna experience for the rest of time, or you experience just reincarnation. It's really subtle, like things are different, and that's kind of what I took out of it. I'm like, oh, like I took that the kids did pass, which sucks, but
Mm.
uh, but like I think that's kind of the beauty too, because it's like they passed, but now they're in a better world. I don't know. That's how I took it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Super depressing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like, I don't wanna see it that way, like, because I watched this just with by myself, but my wife saw pieces of it, and
Hmm.
she saw the ending, and she saw it, and she was like, "So, like, what was this movie about?" And I started telling her, and she was like, and I think she cut me off, and she was like, "I'm sorry, like, did they die at the end?" And I was like, "I mean, maybe, but, like, I guess I you said, Chuck, like, almost exactly what I would have said, which is, like, like, do make a lot of references to, like to death and particularly, like, reincarnation, like, being
Hmm.
reborn, and, like, there's that pretty clear imagery, like we already mentioned it, where it's like they go I didn't notice the fence thing, but you're right, where it's like there's literally, like, a bright light, like,
Hmm.
the glare is, like, blown out, and then they come out, and it's not raining anymore, and they're playing, and they're happy, and they're in a part of the mountain we've never seen before. Um, and, like, I'm hoping that like, the nice version of it is that they're almost like they being, like, the filmmakers, are like borrowing imagery that we would associate with like death and rebirth, like a bright light, with them transitioning maybe to a new chapter of their lives, like not a literal death and rebirth, but like, having their lowest point and coming out and like accepting themselves like as friends or more, whatever they are, like, and it just kind of it being like flavored, like it being kind of like imagistically related to like death and rebirth because that's kind of figuratively what it is. Um,
Yeah,
but like, yeah, I mean, we
hoping
can't
for the
really
best.
know. Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know. I'm tying myself in knots so these kids aren't dead.
We don't want the kids to die. Like that's
Right,
not.
to be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it make it a more interesting story? Oh yeah.
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 Oh god.
I was gonna say just like one other negative for me, other than the scene I was talking about from the first act,
Mhm.
was like I don't for in terms of the teacher, I feel like his storyline could have been like connected more to
Mm,
Minato's just because like I feel like Minato didn't really have a reason to just like blame the teacher just because
mm,
like especially after seeing everything that happened, it's like he wasn't really put into a position of like tell me where you got this now because like okay for when he was hurt or like the bruise on his ear he could have easily been like because he did go to the nurse for that like the school nurse and I know the
mhm.
teacher said like we'll keep this a secret but it wouldn't have been a big deal just to say like oh it was like
A fight at school.
a little fight at school like especially since I don't know Minato does seem mature enough to not just do that to his teacher. So I don't know. I feel like there could have been more of like, okay, yeah, now it's justified for Minato to not justified, but like at least I understand him more. But for this, it just seemed out of nowhere that he blamed his teacher for everything.
Yeah, I think
Mm,
he kind of uses teacher as like a scapegoat.
mhm,
Yeah, yeah, but it's like I don't know. Like, did he really need that? Just because I don't think
mhm.
anyone was really down his throat of like, tell us all now, like what's happening.
Right.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That is kind of a weird little plot hole. I mean, they are kids, so I feel like kids don't like.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are not the most logical things.
I
yeah,
yeah. I agree with you, Brendan. Like I think there's kind of like I don't think it's like a fatal flaw or anything, but like I think there's a reason why like we don't, if I remember, ever really see a scene where Minato is like telling his mother what happened. It always cuts away. And some of that I think is just like efficiency of storytelling. Like we don't need to see the event happen, Minato retell it, and then see his mother explain it to the principal. It's like we don't need all those
hmm
things. Like we could just. But I also kind of think I hadn't really thought about it this way, but I think you're on to something where like they may also skip that telling because it is a little bit like, okay, why that teacher? Why told in this way? Like, I think definitely we could chalk it up to like kids are kids and like it's a lie that got out of control. But there's not like totally a great reason why it's like that specific lie repeated. That like this
yeah,
teacher is the one that called me pig brained, even though that's something that I think Minato just thought about himself, because it's something
Oh no, no,
Yori's father
no,
said about him.
oh yeah, yeah, from Yuri's father. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like it's kind of like all these collected different concerns and like bad events that happen to him that like all get thrust onto the teacher. Um, that like, yeah, I get, I don't think it's like distractingly wrong, like distractingly weird, but it is a little bit like, okay, like that feels very like we've got to all cram it into this story and make it all connected to these three characters, even if it doesn't always line up perfectly.
Screw
yeah.
that. Yeah, screw that teacher though in particular.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Even though, like, before realizing what's going on, I guess it could fit with like, the title of the movie and the theme of, like, who is
Yo, definitely,
the actual
definitely.
monster.
Yeah, I think it honestly why it does work is because I mean, as we keep saying, it's three different perspectives, and it's like the fact that the transition from Act One to Act Two, from mother to teacher, the revelation you think as the audience you start to have is like, oh, Minato is not a victim, or maybe he is, because we're talking about a teacher abusing a child, which is not okay in any circumstance. But like maybe
Mhm.
Minato is the bully here. And the reason why the school isn't like rushing to his defense is because he's like maybe more than a problem child, maybe he's like an arsonist. maybe he's killing animals. Like there's all these threads that like we don't know how they relate to Minato. That as you start to think those things, it's like, oh, okay, like yeah. Anyway, like it
Yeah.
pieces all this information like pieces together into different things. Like it has to work with a few different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also just strange that, like, I don't know, the teachers are just so, like,
Hmm.
not helpful, like, the
No.
staff. It's also we didn't even talk about the principal. Like, the principal has kind of like a
Yeah.
little side story going on where
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which
she ran over her, daughter?
I think
granddaughter, possibly.
grandchild or
Granddaughter, yeah,
granddaughter, yeah.
Yeah.
grandchild.
Which,
Um
by the way, just a little aside, and I don't totally know what to make of this. There is exactly one scene that breaks the rule where we're not following very closely either the mother, the teacher, or the son. And
mm,
there's exactly one scene where we only see the principal, and it's when she goes to visit her husband, like in prison or something.
mhm.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
one scene that none of those other three characters are present for.
Yeah, she let her husband take the blame, that's crazy, just because she's a principal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just for
it's
image.
it's really really upsetting, and I kind of don't know why it's included. I don't mean that as a criticism. It's just like I thought I knew, like earlier in the movie, and then I kind of I don't know how it relates to everything else. I don't know if you guys have any
Uh, yeah,
immediate thoughts.
my thought for that would just be because, like, how Minato is like, "Oh, what will everyone else think of me?" And I guess hers
Yeah.
falls with that, like, "Oh, what will everyone think of me because 'cause I'm the principal and I did this." I don't
Hmm.
know, just like, the image the public image, like that theme.
Yeah, and they do have that scene in the band room, like towards the end, where she almost gives some very bad advice, but then doesn't. Where, um, yeah, she sort of says like it's a little bit strange advice, but almost like don't. Yeah, I mean, I guess essentially she's saying don't worry about what everyone else thinks because everyone's entitled to happiness. You know,
Coming from
Yeah.
her, it's rich though.
coming
Yeah.
from her, it's rich.
Yeah.
She said, "Yeah, I know." That's kind of why, like, I
Exactly,
was like,
like
it's so weird because she starts, and I don't know if this was intentional, it probably was. Where like I at first thought the advice she was giving him was basically move on. You know, like don't think about it anymore. Because that's what she starts to say. She says, if you have these problems, blow them away. And given how she's living her life, it feels like, yeah, she's just hiding from it. I mean, it's a horrible, horrible thing. And it's so
Mhm.
fresh, but it's like, is that good advice from the outside, you know, to just say don't think about it anymore, especially when you're talking about either letting yourself grieve or letting yourself love to just like forget it. Like that's probably not good advice, right? But then she comes back around and she tells him not to do that, which you're right. It is kind of like, okay, lady, then like what does that say about you? I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, like, why would the husband be thrown in prison? Wouldn't it just be manslaughter? I guess he's still go to
Well,
Oh,
prison
yeah,
for
yeah, you
involuntary
go to
like, by
prison for that.
accident.
Yeah. I mean, it might who knows? It may not have been a prison. If the fact she was like walking around, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like a old folks danger to yourself and others place, whatever we call those. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, that's crazy.
Um, yeah, yeah,
We're
but
gonna
it's
get
sort of
thrown in we're gonna get thrown into one of those places.
oh yeah, just a matter of time. God, that would be great to not have to worry about anything. God, take me now.
Might as
Um,
well be virtual by then.
Oh, yeah,
what?
it's gonna be
Oh
our
yeah,
yeah.
Virtual
we'll be
prisons.
jacked up to some
Virt
simulation.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's that is sort of a her presence is very strange. But I'll say one thing I found really interesting, and even though it wasn't the ultimate thread, I think it's still worth talking about, or at least mentioning it. Which was the first time we hear about that. It's when the mother is visiting the school, and it's like the second time she's been there to like complain, and they bring in Mr. Hori again, and they've just like separated him out. And when it's from his perspective, we know that they go out and he's like asking other kids to basically vouch for him. But when it's the mother's story, we see that it's her and the principal left in the room. And she says to the principal, I heard that your husband just ran over your granddaughter. And I'm sure you must be grieving about it. So understand that that's how I feel right now. And like, fuck, like, what a terrible thing to say to a person,
Yeah.
honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I empathize a lot with the mother I think most people would. It's like you've got I don't have kids, but like you've got this young kid, you don't know what's going on with them. They're acting like really beyond strangely. It's very concerning. And like you feel like you're not getting any answers, you don't know what to do, and you feel like these people are blowing you off. But it was like that was this moment where up until that point there was a little bit of element where I was like, is the mother is she coming on a little too strong? Like that's what they're accusing her of. But like, is she? And up until that point, I sort of felt like, no, you got to speak up for your kid. But in that moment, it's like, the fuck are you talking about? You don't know. That is not how you're feeling. Like losing a child, I mean, in this case, a grandchild, like, is not like this is, you guys are not the same. And the fact that you would insist that is like pretty fucking gross. Right. Um,
Yeah.
so anyway, like that's like kind of just in that moment because that's still when we're kind of learning like what is even happening. But I just found that moment pretty striking personally.
Yeah, it was in like
Yeah.
I feel like that's when the movie started getting interesting, right? Like that's when it was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's like I'm actually confused and like intrigued on what's going on.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, and almost like who these characters are. Like and almost like what your opinion of these characters are. That's a huge element too, I guess, where I'm not saying I felt drastically different about the mother before and after that, but um, you have a fuller picture of who she is and how she raises her kid and her history with her husband. Like he died seemingly well on a trip cheating on her. And of course, like Mr. Hori, we have like a totally different perception of. Um, where at first he really just seems like a real fucking scumbag. But then I don't know. I think after seeing his perspective, I was a bit more understanding of him. Like I still
Yeah.
think there's moments he pretty clearly acted very inappropriately, but he was almost like a victim of like people repeatedly said like, "Hey, look, the problem is you just kind of seem like a creep." Like you're an unmarried man who goes to like a hostess bar and you kind of have a weird smile. So you're gonna like that was kind of a huge element of like people thinking the worst of him.
Yeah.
You're so innocent though.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Oh,
more
jeez.
innocent than they thought anyway.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, anything else we want to talk about or wrap up because yeah, I
Mm,
mean,
Mhm.
as complicated as this movie was, I don't really have that many like takeaways from it. Um,
mm,
one thing I did read online that was interesting, and I don't know how the true this is, but there was when the director first thought of the film, he had a couple when he was writing the script, he made sure that the kids their personalities in the film were much different from their personalities in real life. And I thought
mm,
that was a good touch because it's like, hey,
Huh.
you're doing something where you're forcing the kids to like uh actually learn how to act, but like try
mm,
to be different. But also you're teaching them a good thing of saying, hey, this is not real. Like you're
mm.
pretending this is important from the film. Like don't get this like twisted like as you get older, like, this is not who you are, this is just a film.
Right.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially since like I actually thought the child actors were quite good.
Me too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Me too.
And they're very like vulnerable roles. They're very and pretty I mean, I don't think it's inappropriate, but like pretty like intimate portraits of them, right? Like this is
Mhm.
like pretty heavy shit.
Yeah.
Um and yeah, I it wouldn't have occurred to me, but I think even on the level of like, if you find particularly for the Yori character, a kid that's like, oh, you're kind of like him, you're kind of like this kid. I don't know, is that a little bit I don't know, strange to have a story about a kid being bullied so much for the way they really are. You know what I'm saying? Like you could maybe
Yeah.
want a little bit of separation there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No,
Wait.
this was a really, like it was a great coming of age too, just the fact that,
Mm,
like, I don't know, I feel like some kids who watch this will watch this and understand, like, "Oh, I can be myself, and
mm,
I can be outside these social norms, and I can do what I wanna do and be myself."
Mhm.
yeah, definitely.
Especially in Japan where I feel like they're much more reserved, so I feel like they
Mm,
don't, not stereotyping, but kinda
yeah.
stereotyping.
No, yeah. Yeah, I haven't really seen a film like that tackles this subject matter, but like for
An Asian
Japanese.
audience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Asian on. Yeah.
Mm.
yeah.
Let's not to like prolong the conversation too much, but it's kind of like why I think this is. I wouldn't ultimately call it. Well, I guess depending on your interpretation of the ending, it's tragic or not. But although I totally agree with you that like we see, I think it is quite like poignant and um sort of humanist and gentle in its like presentation of these kids as it should be. It's it's like not a happy story for them. Like I don't even because even the whole frame of the story is like no like people not knowing what's going on with them. And it's hard to wonder if they had been honest with everyone about their friendship, I mean things would be really different, but would they be better? I honestly I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know
I
how the stigma is over there. I mean,
yeah,
Yeah, I feel
yeah,
like
like
the kids bullying will happen regardless. That's just reality.
mhm.
yeah.
But in terms of the I guess the mom's reaction and
Yeah,
maybe if
yeah.
yeah,
I
those
guess
could
I'm
be a happier.
yeah, certainly things would be better for the mother and the teacher, no question. I guess it's a question of like for them, for the two boys. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just sort of a thought. Like it's hard. I don't know. Yeah, it's just it's not exactly a. Um, I think it's a pretty realistic portrayal, I guess, in that there's not like an easy happy ending, like an easy answer to like, oh no, you don't understand. They wouldn't have bullied Yori if they knew that you guys liked each other. It would have been fine. Like no, that still would have happened. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially at they're in elementary school.
Oh yeah, they're fifth grade. I mean, they're children. I don't want to
Yeah.
excuse bullying, but it's like they're children. I mean, they need. I don't know. It's bigger than them. Really, what's going on?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, and
Something
that
else.
father too. Sorry, just
Oh, yeah, no,
how
yeah,
horrible the father is.
mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how true this is too because this is just information online, but
Sure.
the director, based this movie because he saw Mysterious Skins. He saw that and he considered that one of his favorite movies of all time, so
What? Really? That's actually awesome.
yeah,
I
because
don't.
I you've seen Mysterious Skins, Dan, or no?
I have not. I think I've heard you guys talk about it, and it's on my list.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, it's a
It's very
movie with,
good.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Hmm.
He's a young guy in that, but yeah, it came out, like, 2004, and I'm like I was just surprised by that, I'm like, "Wow, this came out a long time ago."
Mm,
Yeah.
And, yeah, Mysterious Skin is probably, like, the more intense version of this movie.
mm,
If you ever watched
right.
that movie is pretty it's very, very oh, man, what's the word I'm looking for? It's, like, kinda grating, like, it's a lot to
Whoa.
take in.
Yeah, it's
Mm,
very heavy.
Yeah, that's a good word too, like, very heavy, this film is, like, a very, like, stripped back, but in a good way, like, it's much more subtle.
Mhm.
hmm.
Yeah.
Very lean.
Yeah, I like that's a good word too. But, yeah,
Thank
just
you.
kind of interesting that he saw this film and saw Mysterious Skin and was like, "Oh, I could do that."
Semi-related. I just pulled up the Wikipedia page. Oh, I lost it now. And apparently, this is one of the only movies that Kore-eda directed that he didn't also write, which is interesting.
That he didn't
Yeah,
write?
He did not
yeah.
write. Yeah, he usually like it says since 1995, he hadn't directed a movie he did not write.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not like, yeah, I guess I don't know if he knew the screenwriter or he found the script or how it worked, but just that as another aside, I thought was interesting. That maybe it's because he was so taken by Mysterious Skin and was like looking for a story like that. I don't know.
Mhm.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm ready to go into ratings if you guys want to.
I actually have one kind of negative that I want to say,
Sure.
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
yeah, not to end on a negative necessarily, but um, really like we all clearly like the story structure, really interesting. I think why this movie works is because of that like Rashomon style, like telling of the same story over and over again. Um, some of the revelations not compelling. Like they felt a little bit like a rug pull. Like that wasn't super satisfying. And I know that's kind of just going to happen because we're recontextualizing everything. But like the one of the, I mean, there were a few references to like the word monster, but the main one was the fact that Minato kept chanting, like in that tunnel in particular, who's the monster, or whatever it was. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Is this like a cult? But it
Yeah.
just turns out it was a game that he and Yori would play. Like it was just they would just do that game with the pictures on their heads. So that sort of felt like, oh, okay, so like the kind of the whole, maybe not the whole namesake for the movie, because I think goes a little deeper than that, but like the overt reference to what seems like the title of the movie and is very, very mysterious turns out to be something completely innocuous and almost irrelevant to the facts of the movie, to the facts of the story.
Oh
And
yeah,
there were
I
like,
see what you mean.
yeah, and there were like a couple cases like that. Nothing like too crazy. That's like the biggest one. But I just thought I'd throw it out because every time it happened, it was like a little bit, um, I don't know, maybe even a little bit eye rolly. Where I was like, did we need? Couldn't we just stick to like what's really important? But I guess that's the
Ye-
risk you run with this structure.
Yeah, because if they decided, like, if the subject matter was something different, or like there was like an actual monster, like I bet that would be different.
Mm. Right. Sure.
Like it
Yeah.
would, yeah. Like it'd be
Yeah.
like
Like
I bet
once.
like that type of revelation would be way cooler. Because then I guess like the
Mm.
film would be a bit different. It'd be more like mystery and thriller
Right.
kind of.
Right. Yeah. It's like it's sort of because the movie operates in a way where like it presents all these facts in a way that seem very
Yeah.
like kind of disturbing at certain points. But then it turns out that actually it's, sort of this like young coming of age love story, really. Like it inherently is going from the more intense to the less intense, or the less kind of, you know, horror framed, thrilling. Um, so yeah, it was always going to kind of like back off of it a little bit inherently, which I think is by design, but sometimes it felt a little bit, I don't know, almost a little disappointing, or like felt like they were like too obvious a red herring, I guess, maybe.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. Now that you mention it, like, because I do remember while watching, I'm like, oh, that's like, what is that? When he was
Right.
saying that in the tunnel,
Hmm.
and then hearing Yori say it in the bathroom, I'm like, whoa, yeah, like something's going on here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't even like realize, like, oh wait, yeah, it's just the game that they created.
Hmm.
Or
Yeah.
maybe there's
Yeah.
more. I don't know.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Where's the
Ooh,
monster?
yeah, Monster 2.
Yeah.
Or the American remake where they just don't understand what the movie is about.
Yeah.
You're
The
right.
man
The
gets
American
played by.
remake, there really would be a monster. Like one of the kids, like the Yori would like literally be an alien. Like they kept calling him. It would just be like, oh, actually, he
Yeah.
is an alien. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Minato.
And
Yeah,
Yori,
Minato would be the fucking Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Right? Yeah. Ugh.
What are you gonna say, Brendan? My bad. I cut you. I cut you off.
no, that was good. No, I was just gonna say like Yori would be like the alien that would be. He's the one who's putting the pig brains into the teachers. That's why they were acting
Oh yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
like that.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the well, that's the movie that America wants.
It would
You
probably
guys
be
do America
Yori.
build to enjoy
Yori
the.
would be Yori would be played by Jared Leto, and he would start sending pig brains to his co-stars in real life.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
just
And we
like
gotta we,
the
we gotta get this made.
Yeah, right. We should just give the script.
send it. Yeah.
Hmm. Could who's the director who remade he remade Old Boy and he remade
Oh, Spike. Which Spike
Spike's
is it? Okay,
Spike.
yeah,
I think it's
I
Spike Jones.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
you're right. It was Spike.
yeah, Spike Lee. Yeah. He did oh yeah, Highest to Lowest, which is high and low, like the Kurosawa film. Then he did Old Boy.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Man,
and they both have like super negative reviews.
yeah, I was literally gonna like not even joke really, just like that was kind of I feel like during Spike Lee's kind of dark period where he
Yeah,
wasn't
no, yeah,
making great stuff.
he made a lot of great movies like when he first came up. I mean, actually, he
Oh
did
yeah.
Black Klansman recently, which is not bad.
Oh yeah, he's back. Spike Lee's back, fucking back. But I feel like early 2000s, kind of like, or kind of like mid early 2000s, he was like fell off there for a minute.
Yeah, well, no, Highest to Lowest just came out like 2025.
What? Oh, it
Yep.
did? I thought that was his. What was that heist movie he made? I guess I
I don't
should
know.
have known because you said it was.
Oh, Inside Man
Maybe.
with Denzel.
Yeah, I think so. Which I
Yeah,
think is all right.
yeah, I
I
think
have
it's all
to
right.
go.
Also,
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize. Okay, well, maybe I spoke too soon when I said he was back.
He's very inconsistent. Like he'll make a good movie
Mm,
and then a bad movie, I guess. Kind of
interesting.
like
yeah,
Taika
25th
Waititi.
Hour was pretty good.
I never seen 25th Hour.
Is that another recent one?
No,
No,
2002.
like yeah,
Oh, yeah. His early stuff. I mean, like, what's his first? I think, or maybe it's not his first, but "Do the Right Thing" is like a classic. Like,
Yes,
he's
oh
that's
yeah,
got like, yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's great. You'd like it.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
hmm But yeah, um, ratings.
Yeah, let's do
Oh
it.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
cool with ratings.
I will give a 7.
Okay.
Nice, Dan.
I think I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey,
Difficult.
hey.
Yeah, because I'm debating between 7.5 or 8, but I'll give it an 8 as
Oh,
well.
okay, cool. I'm actually
Welcome to the
lower than
club.
you guys. Wow,
Yeah.
nice. Oh, well, I'm glad you guys liked it. I didn't like it as much as you guys, but it was a good movie.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's talk about things we've seen. I'll start Dan and then Brendan.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, actually, no, me, Brendan, and Dan, because Dan will also tell us the movie suggestion.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. All right, cool. So yeah, I'll start things off. I watched one battle after another. It was really good.
Oh, nice.
Who
Yeah.
would have guessed it would be
Nice.
really
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
good. Yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson film being good. Wow, I'm very surprised. Yeah, it was amazing. I had a really good time with it. Yeah,
Did
I
you
also just
did you catch it
finished
in
Stranger Things
theaters?
new season,
Oh.
so oh, I
Oh,
didn't mean
the
to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was cutting you off. I just asked, did you catch one battle after another in theaters, or is it on streaming already?
Oh no, it's on streaming already, so I got to watch
Okay,
it.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
I have a really I'm old now, so I have to pee a lot during a movie, so just streaming is
Mm-hmm.
way better.
Yeah. Well, that's why they give you those huge drinks in the theater, so you can empty it out and
Mm,
use it as a pickup. You know.
yeah, I should I don't know why I don't do that. And the thing is,
Me neither.
in
Try it.
your first seat later, you still have another drink.
Yeah. 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 I should have seen that coming.
But yeah, yeah, it was really good. Everything you want to Paul Thomas Anderson film, like Leonardo was amazing. Benicio del Toro, what was his name?
Benicio del Toro.
He's
oh
really
yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that his character, Sensei, like, might be like my favorite character. I just think he's awesome and hilarious.
I think he might be my favorite character too. He kind of like put
Yeah.
everything together. It's fun.
Yeah. He's a bit of a scene stealer.
Yeah, fun time. Like I just had a great time. But yeah, I just watched Stranger Things with the wife, so I'm caught up now. I watched the most latest season. There's gonna be 3 more episodes on Christmas and another episode on New Year's, which is stupid.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah. I haven't taken the plunge yet, but I will watch it.
yeah, it's
Oh,
fun.
what'd you think of it? Because I couldn't hear.
No, it's okay. Yeah, it's good. It's fun. It's like I don't know. It's nice that you know that this is it's actually wrapping up.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
You're like, oh man, after all the time. And the one thing that's so distracting is like the kids do not look like kids anymore. I
No. Yeah. I mean, they're all like
Yeah.
25 or something, right? I mean,
don't think they're 25.
almost.
Like
Like early
Close.
20s.
They're close,
yeah,
man.
early 20s for
They-
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, let me see how old Millie
Yeah.
Bobby Brown is. She's
The
21.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and the kid, the main kid, I forget the actor's. I know the actor's Finn Wolfhard, but I don't remember his character's name. It's 22.
They're
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. They're not. I don't want to
No,
oversell
no, it's okay.
their age.
But it's just weird. Like I mean, like one of the kids like literally has a mustache. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's
Now
like
that's it's.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
When
I know
did
they're supposed
season
to be
one?
7. They're supposed to be 17. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the show they're supposed to be 17.
Yeah. So like 5 years is not a lot, but 5 years for teenagers is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember watching season 4, which in and of itself was like a few years ago, a couple years ago anyway. And I didn't think it was like distractingly, like they were distractingly off, but like some of them in particular, like I forget all the characters' name. Who's the kid with the bowl cut who in the first season is like
Will.
he's Will. Yeah, he's he did. I mean, he doesn't look old in the context of real life or anything like that. But like within the context of like, yeah, he like I remember thinking he looks a little too grown. Like he looks like a man now. Like he doesn't even really look like a teenager to me. At least like given the fact they're like sitting in the back of a station wagon, like pretending to be kids. It's just not quite
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, those are the 2 main things I've seen. But yeah, they're both very enjoyable.
Nice.
Nice. For me, they were just rewatches during the Thanksgiving break. I rewatched the Maze Runner series with my sister.
Oh, nice.
Love, yeah, love those movies, but especially the first one. Like the first one is
Mm.
just absolutely great.
How many are there?
And three.
3. Gotcha.
Yeah, they're based off a book series. It's like
Hmm.
a young adult dystopian film.
Right. It's a deep
And
well.
huh?
That genre seems like it's a deep well.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love that genre. I wish there were
Mhm.
more, but it seems like Hunger Games is back, so maybe that'll
Yeah,
Mm,
start like
it's all Hunger Games now.
mm.
And we also rewatched with my nieces this time because they had never seen it. Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf,
Right.
Oh my
which I
god,
think
Yeah,
is
yeah.
very underrated.
I just talked about that with my wife, dude. That movie sucked.
No, it does not suck.
Yeah,
You need to
dude.
rewatch it.
Yeah, dude, that movie like is wow. I can't believe.
We've talked about
Wow.
that on here. That's like kind of a low key favorite of yours, Brendan, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a very low key, great, super 2000s, awesome like setting, and like I think it's a play off of Rear Window or whatever that movie is called.
Oh yeah. It's the one where he's like sees his neighbor get kidnapped or something. What is it?
That's the original. You're talking about Disturbia or the Rear Window
Disturbia.
movie?
Disturbia. He's
Oh,
like in his
his like
room, right?
neighbor is a murderer.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, Chuck, I think you should rewatch it if you haven't seen
Oh
it.
hell no. It has been a while, but we'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I have seen it, but it literally would have been like, I don't know, 2008 or something. I don't even know when that movie came out, but
Yeah,
around that
you would
time.
have been around like 4 years old.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that's me. Yeah. I'm the same
oh
age as the
yeah,
cast of Stranger Things.
underrated.
Six,
And
seven.
that's it. My future self also saw Avatar 3 in a few weeks, and it's great. So you guys should
Oh,
all watch
nice.
that.
That's fucking hilarious.
I never yeah,
My
I never
future
saw
self.
2, but I feel like I feel like I should watch the second one, and I might go see the third one in theaters because I do
Yes.
feel like that's my best chance of liking it, probably, is seeing it in theaters.
Yeah, 3 hours and 17 minutes of just
Oh
Oh
pure
my
like
shit.
god, it's
Really?
so
cinema.
long.
That's
Dude, 3
insane.
hours. That's
What are they
so
thinking?
long.
Wow. Like, I don't mind a long movie. I almost feel like of the 3 of us, like, I'll sit and bunker down for, like, a 3+ hour movie. But, like, that's that's a lot, right? I mean, especially for, like, kind of a summer it's not summer, but, a blockbuster.
It's so long, man. I don't
Well,
understand.
it's to escape
Yeah.
in the world
Escape
of
to
Pandora. You need a lot
oh
of
god.
time.
Ah, dude,
Yeah.
I hate you. Alright. Well, alright, let's wrap things up with Dan.
Yeah, I didn't, watch a whole ton. Quick rewatch. I rewatched Mean Girls, another classic from
Classic.
what
Mm.
is that, '04 or something. I hadn't seen it's wild. I hadn't seen that movie in, like, 15 years. Um, so
Oh,
anyway, I know it didn't like a long like I literally watched it. Well, I'm gonna really age myself now, but like I watched it like high school, and then that was the last time. Um, but yeah, good. It's really funny. I feel like it doesn't. I don't know if it really holds up because it's like, I mean, it does because it's still funny, but I don't. It's like probably not how high schools operate now. You know what I mean? Like it's not
oh, in
the
terms of
way.
it.
It's just like the fact that I'd forgotten it. I guess spoilers for Mean Girls. That like all the like school drama spreads via a physical book, like physical notes being strewn on the ground, like as opposed to like social media. Like it doesn't. it just is very different,
Yeah.
obviously. But really the big thing was I saw Wicked Part One and Part Two, and it was all right.
Oh, I saw Wicked
Uh,
2 as well.
Yeah. What did you think? Can we talk about that for a little bit?
Sure, it was long.
Did you see Part One?
Yes, I saw part 1. It was not
Yeah.
as good as part 1. The songs in the part 1 were way better.
I
Oh, I've
You
seen.
might be sorry. Go ahead, Brendan.
No, no, go ahead, Dan. I was just gonna say I've seen part one, not part two, but I
Okay.
was not a fan of the songs. I thought they were all forgettable, except maybe like
I
one.
It might be true that Part One overall has better songs, but I think Part Two, both just as a story and as a movie, are much better than Part One. I kind of thought Part One was like not a full on mess. Like I think there's a lot to be that worked. Like the performances, like the vocal performances were obviously amazing, and I thought like the costume and set designs were like really pretty inspired. Um, but like I won't drone on and on about it because it's not our main movie. But like I feel like some problems with like the actual film adaptation part, just as an audience member. Two, I thought the story was a lot more interesting and actually like had some small amount of nuance to it as opposed to part
Yeah,
one.
it was just rushed too. I felt like it was really rushed. Like things were
Oh,
just
you
happening.
think so? I
Yeah.
I I feel like that these shits were bloated, honestly. Like
Oh,
I don't know.
I still think it was bloated, but I still think it was like shit was like
Yeah.
it was long, but shit was just still happening. Like
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah. The worst of both. Yeah, it
Yeah.
may be. I don't know. Like it was always probably gonna. I'm not like a huge like. I don't really know a lot about musicals at all. It was always gonna be. I think just if you look at the track record of like musical adaptations to film, like that track record is not very good. So clearly it's difficult. And I think it ultimately was successful. But like, um, I don't know. I'm still not convinced it needed to be two movies. I feel like, particularly in part one, I just thought it was like really it was so strange because it was like really nice to look at because the costumes are incredible, the set designs are incredible. It's a really fantastical world you're in, but somehow just like I don't know enough to say if it was the editing or the lighting or what, but just like was not interesting to look at. I just thought it was super flat and kind of boring. Um, anyway, yeah, but anyway, that's what I saw. They were fine. Like I'd give like the first one like a six and the second one like a seven.
That's funny because I give like the opposite. I think I give a 7 and then a 6.
I think most, I think from what I've heard, most people are on your side, Chuck. I'm being a little bit of a contrarian right now, but it's how
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel, actually.
Yeah, yeah. We're like arguing about like what's the word? Like about inches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but what do you want to recommend?
So, I might recommend a movie I don't think either of you would have seen called A Citizen Above Suspicion. Have either of you guys seen this?
Oh no,
No,
I haven't heard that
Okay,
either.
cool. It's been on
no.
my list for a while. It's an Italian movie from the 70s that it's all about a like chief of police or something like that, I think is who he is. Chief of police and like maybe I don't know if it's Rome, if it's a big city. Anyway, that he commits like murder or something. He commits some heinous crime and does it to specifically see if he'll be caught, and he tries to make it obvious to see if just by reputation alone he can get away with it. So hence a citizen above suspicion.
Oh, that sounds
Um,
cool.
yeah, and that's I don't know anything beyond that. I don't know if he gets caught or not, but that's the hook.
Okay.
Cool.
So
And that's officially your pick?
Yeah, unless you want me to give you some choices.
No, no, no. I
no.
usually yeah, I was just gonna say usually you give choices, but no, that's cool.
Do I?
I'm down. That
Yeah,
sounds like fun. So
I
yeah,
want to be
Yeah.
tough.
cool. And it's called Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion
Oh yeah, I think I got the title wrong, but you're right. Investigation of a citizen above suspicion.
by
Yeah.
Elio Pietri. Pietri.
Yeah.
You want to say the Italian title? It's
Ooh,
Ingannale su un Sian. Ah, yeah, right. Well,
cittadino a di sopra di ogni sospetto.
sospetto. But yeah, if you want to watch that, feel free, and then tune in next 2 weeks from now. Yeah, it'll be 2 weeks from now. listen in and hear us talk about investigation of a citizen above suspicion. That's gonna be fun to say every week.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
tongue
yeah.
Yeah,
twister.
a good tongue twister. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's wrap things up then. So yeah, thank you everyone for listening. We are on YouTube, Spotify, now Instagram and TikTok. So we're on the short form content too. We're trying to contribute to the brain rot.
Yeah.
Ah, what
Yeah,
is what is our short form content? Is it just 30 seconds of us talking?
yeah. Like highlights from the episodes.
Oh yeah, okay.
hmm
Right.
But yeah,
Spoiled for
and
choice, I'm sure.
yes, only the best moments.
Mhm.
And yeah, please check us out anywhere there's 100 days into 120 days of movie podcast or 120 days in some places. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. This has been Chuck,
This has been Daniel.
This has been Brendan.
and bye bye. Thank you
Bye.
for clapping.
Bye.